The Roots of Military Science, Understanding the Intersection of Conflict, Mental Health, and Wellness by Dr. Christina Rahm, narrated by R.J. Bailey. Forward. Roots of Military Science, Understanding the Intersection of Conflict, Mental Health, and Wellness by Dr. Christina Rahm explores the physical and mental ramifications of conflict against an historical outline of warfare down through the ages. As an Air Force lieutenant colonel, a flight nurse, and the third generation of my family to serve in the military, I find Dr. Rahm's book most interesting, especially Chapter 2, Advanced Principles of Defense for Health and Wellness During Biological Warfare, and Chapter 12, Psychological Health in Biological Warfare. There's another reason I find this book interesting, and that is its author. It is intriguing to me that my friend, Christina Rahm, who is brilliant, beautiful, and possessed with the sweetest spirit, has embraced the topic of war and survival with such intense and exacting passion. It takes a far-sighted person to do this. Christina explains how we, each one of us, must prepare for the reality of war and its ramifications. That makes this book significant and an inspiration, especially to professional women who understand that it is the power of one's conviction that achieves results and can make the difference. The cost of war cannot be measured alone by the countless millions of lives that have been lost on the battlefield. These brave service members paid the ultimate price. Those who are wounded or crippled remain courageous as they cope with living the rest of their lives under an ever-present storm cloud of physical and mental challenges. For those of us in the medical profession who proudly serve and care for our veterans, we face a great challenge as well, and that is to identify and treat the often misunderstood warrior who has sustained mental illness. Mental illness is an injury you cannot see, or bandage, or operate on, but it is nonetheless as raw and painful as any bodily injury. Call it shrapnel to the soul. Its extent is impossible to measure, and its projected healing time is impossible to estimate. This particularly applies to PTSD, which must be endured and treated with as much care and diligence as a physical wound or an amputation. With proper help, the majority of veterans will succeed at their most important mission, and that is to accept their situation for what it is and engage in the many life-changing resources available to veterans to help them through the healing process to secure a full and rewarding future. Inevitably, there are some men and women who choose to take their own lives by their own hand. The Surgeon General of the United States has declared that suicide is our most preventable form of death. When a veteran is assessed for mental illness, he or she is screened for telltale warning signs, such as verbalizing, feeling hopeless, having no reason to live, feeling trapped, or being a burden to others in the course of conversation. When we evaluate a patient, we look for these and other signs, such as unusual or antisocial behaviors, reclusiveness, use of alcohol or drugs, depression, anxiety, loss of interest, irritability, shame, anger, and even giving away possessions or saying goodbye to loved ones. Many years ago, I knew the healthcare field was where I wanted my career to land. I grew up in a small town in Mississippi where everyone knew everyone. That kind of close social interaction inspired me to follow my calling to interact directly with our courageous veterans. In 1996, I served as a staff nurse at the Mississippi State Veterans Home in Kosciuszko when it first opened. Later, I became the Assistant Director of Nursing, then the Director of Nursing for the agency. I obtained my nursing home administrator's license and then served as coordinator over all 4 facilities for the State Veterans Affairs Board, encompassing colony
Sample complete. Ready to continue?